Hey, welcome everybody. Today's lesson is how to make famous Christmas drink, sorrel. So I'm going to show you how I go about doing it. So let me switch this camera around. So here we have, I usually buy about 4 bags of, which is like 400 grams each, a total of the dried sorrel. This Caribbean Delight, that's my favorite brand. So what I've done is that I've put them in a colander and I've rinsed them just lightly with some cold water. And I've cut up about, I don't know, about maybe about just under a pound of ginger. And what I've done is wash the ginger and smash it. I've also filled this huge pot here with maybe about 6 liters or just a little bit over a gallon of water. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring the water to boil. Once it starts to boil, I'd add the ginger and the sorrel, and then I'll let it come back to a boil for like 2 minutes or a minute and a half, and then I shut it off, move the pot from the stove, and I let it seep for 24 hours. Okay? After it seeps, then I'll go ahead and sweeten it, add the other things that I do. I'll catch up with the other part of the video. Once I have it in the pot, I'll let you see. Okay? Okay, so the water is boiling, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in both the ginger and the sorrel. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so ginger and sorrel are in. So I'm just going to let it come back up to a boil, and then I'm going to shut it off and let it seep for 24 hours before we go ahead and do the sweetening and everything else. Okay? So everything's ready. I'm just going to leave it on the stove for the next 24 hours, and then we'll sweeten that. Okay? So this is the second day. The sorrel is seeped over 24 hours. I'm going to be extracting the sorrel leaves out of the liquid. I'm going to go squeeze them out, throw them out, and then I'll come back and show you when that's finished. So this is how you squeeze it. Squeeze all the juice you can get out of it. And then just discard it in trash. So I'll initially strain it just to make sure I've gotten all those pieces of the sorrel flowers out. And then I will use a finer strainer once I transfer it back into this pot. Okay. Okay, so I've did the first straining here. I have then rinsed the pot out. So now I'm going to use a scoop and strainer to strain it a second time. So this is to make sure that all those fine little bits will be captured. Okay, so if you see, all this now is to be thrown out. I'm going to rinse this as well, and then I'm going to sweeten, do all the stuff in this container here. Okay, so these are the ingredients that I'm going to use to sweeten the sorrel, which is white sugar. I'm going to add some strawberry syrup, Jamaican strawberry syrup. Then I'm going to use a bottle of red label wine and about a half a cup or less of white rum. All right, so I'm going to start by stirring in the sugar first, and you have to continually taste it because it takes a lot of sugar and it can be very sour. So you start by, I always pour in the strawberry syrup first, then I put the sugar and I start to sweeten it from there. Okay, so I'm in the final stages. I'm going to go ahead and bottle one for you guys and show you how I normally do it. So it's a matter of getting a scoop full out of it here and transfer it into this bottle. So once I've filled the bottle, I'll go ahead and put the cloves on the top. I don't know, this container here is a bit precarious. I hope it doesn't fall over because, you know. So generally I fill it almost to the top. Looks like some nice red wine, doesn't it? Okay, so bottle number 1's finished. So I'll go ahead, take a few of the cloves, like I told you, to, this one's a little bit than just, I'll put about, maybe about 6 or 8 in there. Right, once it's there, I'll get the cover, put it on, tighten it, and then I'll give it a whirl and put it to sit. Sometimes when I'm finished, I'll just top them back up to the top. Okay, so that's it. Okay, here's a finished product. All we have to do is let it sit in the fridge for a few days and then let the celebration begin. Happy Sorrel.